Hi there, this is Ronnie Amber's Night coming at you with a video. Slight change, I'm going to do a double overview. The two games are far too short to do in depth. Why two games? Well, the connective tissue between these two games is the fact that they are both card games and the fact that they are both very, very simple and quick to play. The two games I'm going to be discussing are Braggart by Spirit Galaxy Games and Unspeakable Words by Playroom, the Call of Cthulhu word game. Start with Braggart. Braggart is a game for 2 to 6 players. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes. The scenario for this game is that you are all heroes, well, heroes in your own mind at least, and you are sitting around in a pub bragging about your heroic adventures. You are boasting. You start with a hand of 4 cards. Those 4 cards can come in several different types. There are the most important cards, which are the boasting cards. These come in 4 types. They are scenes, deeds, foes, and results. And they come with points values, which are at the top of the card. In order to make a boast, you must have at least 1 deed and 1 foe card. You can add to it a scene card and or a result card. Obviously you want to use very high cards, high scoring cards, because it's the points at the top that matter when winning a round. Other cards you can have are ploy cards. These allow you to pick up cards from the draw pile. It allows you to steal cards from other players and so on. And finally there are the liar cards. A liar card, a simple liar card, will allow you to swap out 1 card from a player's boast for a card in your hand. For example, a player may have a deed card which is worth 8 points. You could play a liar if you have one, and you can swap out that liar card, that 8-point card, for the 2-point deed card in your hand. The deed card you've just taken goes into your hand, so you could use it, and obviously the player who's made the boast scores less points. There's also an outrageous liar card which allows you to do that with 2 cards rather than just the 1. What do I think of this game? I love it. I got this as a Christmas present, and I think it's amazingly good fun. If there's a downside to it, and it's an inevitable downside, it's the sheer the cards. There's only so many permutations before you start guessing what card's coming. I have written to Spirit Galaxy. At the moment they don't have any intention of providing new cards as expansion packs, but they haven't ruled it out either. I hope they do it. I love this game. I think it's very, very simple. It says it's for ages 10 up. I think that's about right. I will say that the artwork, I will show you one of the cards. Here's an example of a 5-point. As you see, the artwork is beautiful. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun game. It's definitely not a game to be taken in any way seriously. And I would recommend it to anyone. Unspeakable Words. This is essentially Scrabble with cards. You start with the cards are letters. They all have a points value based on the number of angles in the letters rather than how common they are, which is the case with Scrabble. You start with a hand of 7 cards and you make a word of 3 letters or more. You also start with 5 little Cthulhu minions. I'm going to let you see the minions. I've got them all baggied and a 20-sided die. You start with 7 cards, as I say, and you make a word of 3 letters or more. That will give you a points value. Let's say your word gives you 12 points. You then roll the 20-sided die. If you roll 12 or more, your score or more, then that's fine. You get your points and you don't have anything bad happen. If you roll less than your score, you get the points, but you lose one of your men. You lose a point of sanity. And if you go down to 0, then you're out of the game. It's first to 100 points, or last man standing. And just to ensure that people just don't go kamikaze with big words in the hope of getting to 100 points or more, in order to, if the word that you're placing will put you to 100 points or more and actually be a winning score, then you must succeed in your roll. If you fail in your sanity roll, then not only do you lose one of your men, you don't get the points. As I say, that's to try and stop the kamikaze approach. I like it. I mean, it's not a game if you're looking for any sort of tactical advantage. They're both games that are designed to be played in a relaxed atmosphere when you've only got an hour or so. In fact, I do a small gaming group with some elderly residents in the community I live in. And I'm rather tempted to take Unspeakable Words down and let them play. Because there's nothing in that game which is overly complex. There is one rule in it which I've taken out. I understand why it's there, but I think it's a nightmare to try and keep up with. And that is the rule that you're not allowed to make, no one is allowed to make the same word that someone else has done, or yourself. You're not allowed to repeat them. I think that's an awful lot of bookkeeping and slows the game down to a crawl. So I don't use it. I just have my, let's play. There is an optional rule that says if you're down to 1 sanity, you can put down any damn word, whether it exists or not. Which, even if it makes grammatical sense or not. I haven't used that optional rule as yet, but I've only played a couple of games of it. I might throw it in, but not the residents. I like the game. The little Cthulhu pieces are beautiful. I think they come in different colours. I think you take your chances with them when you buy the game. Again, it's aged for 10 up. I think that's about right. I would recommend either of them, to be honest. as quick games. These are not games for tactics. These are not games for long play. These are games, I heard someone refer to them as lunch games. And you know, the kind of games you can play in a lunch hour, and it's a fairly good, it's a good description as any. So yes, I'm very impressed with these games, and I intend to enjoy using them again and again and again and again, because, you know, they're good fun games, they're silly, and I enjoy them very much. And go out and get them. Thanks for listening, and I'll come back with another video very soon.